यहाँ पे Louis Vuitton है, Louis Vuitton, Rolex.
All right, what's up, everyone? We're just going to do a quick stream as I commute home to Grand Central Terminal. Thought I'd pop on and wish everybody a Merry Christmas Eve. This is the corner of 5th Avenue and 57th Street. And we're just going to be taking a quick trip back to 42nd Street. I think it's about 10 o'clock at night, but the street still seems to be pretty busy with tourists hanging out for the holidays. Alan says, am I taking the day off tomorrow? Yes. I will be pretty much just hanging out at home. Hopefully you'll be doing the same. I'm looking forward to this snowstorm that we're supposed to get. According to the eyewitness news, so to speak, we're supposed to be getting about maybe 6 to 8 inches of snow on Friday. So that should be good. Christian, what's going on? Good to see you. Merry Christmas Eve. Hope everybody had a good day. I always say I kind of enjoy Christmas Eve a little bit more so than Christmas. Just because the city's, really exciting. It's alive. Lots of stuff going on. But on our way down to Grand Central Terminal tonight, we're going to see probably the main setup of the midnight mass right there at St. Patrick's Cathedral. Now, I was down there earlier, right around 6 o'clock, and there were people already lined up waiting to get into St. Patrick's Cathedral for the midnight mass. Christy, what's going on? It's Merry Christmas Eve. Thank you very much. Alan says you're flying back home on Saturday. Almost time to get back to work. Yeah, I mean, it's good to take some time off, though. I think it's important. I'm really gonna work hard until New Year's. I kind of structured this year where I didn't really take any time off for the holidays. I pretty much just worked right through Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and then once we hit 2026, I am going to be headed back to South Florida for maybe a few weeks, and then I'll be back in New York probably mid-January. Now, this is a development I haven't talked about much, but right here on the corner of 56th Street, this is going to be the new Harry Winston flagship. Now, the building right next to it, you can see all this kind of cool stained glass on it. That used to be the Henry Bundell, which was like a hairstylist. I'm not too sure where they went or if they've relocated, but that building has been empty for so long. Gupta's here. What's going on? Merry Christmas to you. Oh, for sure. Alan says, I agree, it's important. I had to force myself to take a step back at times. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a big mistake that I made early on in my career, right? Because the way I think about it is, if you're exhausted, right? If you're really, really tired, you're not going to be useful at work. So I would rather be well rested and maximize the amount of hours that I am at work, as opposed to just working just random long hours and not being productive. Hey, Stephen Bate, what's going on? Patrick is here. Welcome, everybody. It's going to be a short stream tonight. I just wanted to quickly run back to Grand Central Terminal, leaving the office, so I thought I'd take you guys with me. And we'll check out St. Patrick's Cathedral. I'm sure it's probably going to be busy for the midnight mass. Here's the St. Regis. You also have the Polo Club just off to the left of the St. Regis as well. Jadelson, what's going on? Hope you're having a good holiday. Hey, Mike Skate TV, welcome back. Hope you're enjoying your night. Thanks for accommodating us back to our place of destination, which is Grand Central Terminal. G Fresh, what's going on from the West Coast? Lep is here, says happy holidays from Canada. What's going on to all of our Canadian viewers? This building that we're looking at right now is a gorgeous, gorgeous building. This is the University Club of Manhattan. It sits on the corner of 54th Street and 5th. It's a beautiful, beautiful building. Shannon, what's going on? It says evening, lads. Cheers. Jimmy Boyles is here. Merry Christmas. Alan says, are you planning on being in New York City for New Year's before taking off to Florida? Yeah. So I'm going to be working all the way through New Year's, right? New Year's Eve, going to be spending it in New York, and then I'm going to take like 2 weeks off. That's kind of how I structured it this year. So I will be in New York for New Year's Eve, which I'm excited about it because I think this New Year's Eve is going to be crazy. I mean, it's always crazy in New York, but I think it's going to be extra crazy for 2025, assuming that the weather is permitting. This is the Mandarin Oriental residences here. But January 1st, well, January 2nd, I'm going to be flying back to Miami, and I want to take 2 weeks just to do nothing, like literally, physically nothing, and just sit in the sun, just read, hang out, maybe head up to Palm Beach, and then come back to good old New York. Hey, Ian is here, says hello from Ohio. Merry Christmas to you. Hope you're doing well. Ian, Chris is here. What's going on? Grinch, Jimmy Boyles. Cap, how are you? We're also going to pass right by St. Thomas Church. Abraham is from Queens. What's going on? I need to get back to Flushing, Queens. I haven't been to Flushing in a long time. This holiday season, I have yet to go to Flushing Main Street. It's one of my favorite places to go. Lots of good food over there. Good to see everybody from India. Yeah, Alan says silver continues to rise. You know, it's a really, really strong bull market we got going on in precious metals, and I think it'll continue in 2026. I think precious metals will have yet another good year. I mean, it's been an unbelievable year for metals, especially gold and silver, also platinum. Hey D, what's going on? Just in time for St. Thomas Church. Look at the beautiful architecture we got going on here. And it seems as if there's a lot of people headed inside the church. DC322, Merry Christmas, my friend, Land of the Mitten. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. If you're just joining, we're headed down to Grand Central Terminal, but first, I wanted to quickly check on the line outside of St. Patrick's, because the Midnight Mass will be in full swing in just a few hours here. If anybody's interested in watching that, there will be a live stream up on YouTube, and it's going to go live about 15 minutes before midnight. This building with all the scaffolding you see to the left, this is the new Rolex building. So Rolex is moving their corporate headquarters right here. go ahead and cross so you can see the facade a little bit better. RL Fitz, this is Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too. Bitcoin logo is here. It says greetings from Valencia. Greetings. Now check this out. Look at this. I wrote a little bit of a short thesis on Bitcoin as it relates to the halving cycles today on our X page. If you want to follow us on X, you can follow @WalksWall Street. But here is the brand new Rolex Tower, 665 Fifth Avenue. $95.35 as I'm coming to New York next year for 2026 for the holidays. Well, there's no better place like New York City for the holidays. That's for sure. That is for sure. I'll tell you this, if you can come for Thanksgiving as well, I would highly recommend that. 2 days leading up before Thanksgiving is the best in the city. And if you can stick it out and watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, I would highly recommend that as well. You know, Alex, next Wednesday is New Year's Eve. It's really crazy. I can't believe another year is coming on. You're now looking at the Cartier building. This is their flagship on Fifth Avenue. Ukrainian Royal, good to see you. Merry Christmas Eve. Hopefully you're doing well. Appreciate you. I'm going to be surprised if our internet holds up. Just because there's so many people here. Look at this Tesla. I'm not sure if you guys saw this, but that NVIDIA executive posted some really, let's just say, raving reviews about Tesla full self-drive. Hey, Patrick from Ireland, what's going on? Oscar, how are you? Yeah, I just wanted to pop on really quickly, everybody, just to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. I try to do a live stream on Christmas Eve and Christmas every year. So I just wanted to keep that tradition going and wish everybody happy holidays. But I mean, look at this, everybody. It is, what, 10:30 at night? And New York City, Midtown Manhattan is rocking. People are out having fun, enjoying the city, enjoying the lights. And I think it'll probably be like this probably until after midnight, because many people stand outside of St. Patrick's Cathedral and just watch the live stream, all types of stuff. Fog. Merry Christmas to you. Feliz Navidad for all of our Spanish viewers out there. Now this is cool, check this out. So JP Morgan Chase just built the brand new 270 Park, and look at how amazing that spire looks. This is obviously the first year that 270 Park is lit up for Christmas. So it's lit up in green and red. It looks really good. I'll probably go ahead and cross the street here to the left. Hey, Chris is here. This is Merry Christmas, Tom. Thank you, Chris. Melissa 2087, Merry Christmas to you as well. All right, and here is the big show, everybody. Let me just pull off to the side here. And you can see, I'll show you in a minute. I don't know if I showed you this last year, but the NYPD starts to close off the street, and they create a checkpoint for anybody coming in and out of the cathedral. You can see right here. And obviously this is right outside the Olympic Tower. And here we have it. St. Patrick's Cathedral is now completely clear of all pedestrian traffic. Christy says, we hope you're feeling better. I am feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. Had a little bit of a cold, but I am good now. Thank you so much. Queen of Swords, Merry Christmas to you. Playboy 760 says hi from Virginia, born in Queens. Merry Christmas. You're going to be able to see a little bit more as I walk down here. I mean, the security is going to be really, really tight. You have the NYPD Emergency Service Unit and the NYPD Counterterrorism Unit. But then you'll also have the media section that's going to be right across the street here. I love seeing this every year. So here you have the NYPD ESU, or the Emergency Service Unit. Here's that facade of St. Patrick's again. Laced Mushroom, Merry Christmas. Thanks for joining. Hopefully you're doing well and having good holidays so far. If you stand off to the side here at Rockefeller Center, you can see these toy soldiers, which is quite nice, but also you'll see the spire of one Vanderbilt. Look at how cool that is. So you have these beautiful American flags, and then that green and red spire of one Vanderbilt. That is where you have the observation deck called Summit of one Vanderbilt. And if I take a step back a little bit more, now you have like the most picture-perfect view of St. Patrick's Cathedral. What do you guys think? I know, someone says, what a stunning cathedral. It really is, it's amazing. I'm not too sure if you guys saw this, but I uploaded a YouTube video earlier in the day of a full walking tour inside of the cathedral as they were setting up all of the live streaming equipment for the Midnight Mass. You gotta check that out. It's beautiful architecture in there. This is 630 Fifth Avenue, which is a part of Rockefeller Center, or Rockefeller Plaza, I should say. $82.77 says Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for joining. Middle Age Grind is here. Middle Age Grind wishing you and your family a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thanks for always supporting the channel here. All right, now let's make our way over to the media section. And as you know, for security reasons, they're closing the doors this year. So usually they actually leave these doors open because those aren't real doors. I don't know how to explain it. It's a window, but you open it, but it's obviously transparent. And you can see inside the cathedral from the street. It's pretty cool. And then that is the spire of JP Morgan Chase, 270 Park Avenue. Sound Ways says thank you for the walking tour. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you too. Happy holidays to you as well. We'll quickly make this right. But I don't know if I want to walk all the way down here because the internet might go out. Hey, Tatted T, welcome. Wishing you a Merry Christmas Eve. 4694. Hey Tom, what's going on? Josie is asking how long the mass is. I think it goes about 2 hours. I think it's a pretty long mass.
Let's go, you guys.
So here's the media section.
It's here.
And then it looks like you're going to have another emergency response vehicle. Wow, look at this thing. Hey, Colleen, happy holidays. Thanks for joining. This is another vehicle that's a part of the NYPD ESU, which is the acronym for the Emergency Service Unit. And they really have all hands on deck here for the midnight mass. You can see a police officer here, which looks like he's rocking some sort of a long gun. Hey, Carol says thank you for your live video tonight. Alone but not feeling lonely, watching from Indiana. Yeah, absolutely. Wishing you a Merry Christmas wherever you're from. We got a good group here to hang out. Now, at first I thought this van was the media, but I think that's just the ESU, maybe Intel van or something. But the cathedral looks great. And if you look really, really closely, you can see people lining up to get into the church. Irish Gemini, happy holidays. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and check out the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. And let me know if the internet holds up. Hey, Karen Walker, thank you so much. This is Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Dedicated viewer from LA. Love your walks of New York City. Thank you for getting me through the year. Appreciate that. That's a place I'd like to visit, LA. It's definitely a lot warmer than it is here. How's the internet holding up, everybody? And here we have it. This is the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree, and it looks beautiful. Now, I've said this many times, but we do have some new people here during the live stream. Now, if you look at the top of the tree, obviously you'll be able to see the star. And that star is a real Swarovski star that has 70 individual spikes on it and embedded with 3 million individualized crystals. So a unique star at that. Wow, looks great. You know, let's see if we can get close to the ice skating rink, because I kind of want to get a shot of the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree with the ice skating. Daniela says, hi, can you say hi and Merry Christmas to John in Buffalo, New York? Absolutely. John in Buffalo, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas Eve, I should say. Wishing you and your family a Happy New Year. Thanks for watching and welcome to New York City. You know, I was in Buffalo this year, by the way. Over the summer, I took a trip to Buffalo and I had a really good time. I enjoyed the city. It was a fun city. Now, it was kind of like a pass-through because I was traveling to Canada, I drove, and it was the most amazing drive. I mean, New York is such an amazing state. There's so much more to New York than New York City. The first stop I made was in a small town off of the Finger Lakes in upstate New York. It was a town called Skinny Atlas, New York, and it was just freaking unbelievable. It was so beautiful, the water was so clear. And then I drove up to Buffalo, and I ate at the main bar where they invented the chicken wings, and I had a really good time. Anyway, this is what I'm most excited about because nobody's ever seen this. You guys are literally the first people on earth to see this. That is the spire of 270 Park Avenue. That is one of the newest Class A office towers in New York City. Now, Jamie Dimon, who is the CEO of JP Morgan Chase, they built that building. It cost them about $3 billion, and it looks great. And it's lit up for Christmas today in green and red. The spire is quite stunning. Mike says, was it the Anchor Bar? I think it was the Anchor Bar. I think it was. And I went on a day where the Buffalo Bills were playing, and it was packed. I had a good time. I really liked it. I really like Buffalo. All right, so we'll try to brave the crowds here, everybody. And we're gonna stand right in front of the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree, but I wanna get you guys to see the ice skating rink. So let's go ahead and do that now. If we have time, I also briefly wanna go to 6th Avenue, which is Avenue of the Americas, where you'll see Radio City Music Hall. And a fun fact, this year is the 100th anniversary for the Radio City Rockettes. $6.92 is here, says Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. Tatted T says it's amazing how crowded it is tonight. That's one of the things I love about New York City. I mean, it's probably pushing 10:30 at night right now, and it seems as if, you know, it's the middle of the day. That's the one thing I love about New York. All right, let's go to the rink. Man, that 270 Park is, boy, is that unique. Look at that. Luck 33, Merry Christmas to you. Welcome to all of our viewers in Brazil. Feliz Navidad for all of our Spanish speakers. Hey, Mike G, Mr. 15 Central Park West. Wishing you and your family a very Merry Christmas. We'll try not to get in the middle of too many family photos. Yeah, Tatted T, you should come to New York during the holidays. I always say, if you're not from New York, you have to experience the city during the holidays. It's just a beautiful city. It is. It's a really beautiful city. Misty Rose has just loved the channel and the wonderful walks. Thank you and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you as well. This big building we're looking at right here is 30 Rockefeller Center. This is where you would go if you go to the top of the rock. Now, earlier this year, I filmed an entire video of the Top of the Rock experience. It's by far the best observation deck in the city because it's centrally located. And in my opinion, you want to be able to see the Empire State Building and the New York City skyline. I think that's very important. And if you go to the top of the Empire, you obviously can't see the Empire State Building. But if you're on top of the rock, you have this gorgeous shot of the Empire State Building, the Chrysler Building, One Vanderbilt, and on a clear day, you could see the Statue of Liberty and One World Trade Center. All right, what do you guys think? Should we attempt to go down here? We'll try it. We'll attempt to do it. Okay, we'll attempt to go down the stairs. Lots of people ice skating as well. Very festive. So this kind of cart that you see right here, Glace, is actually pronounced gloss. And this is apparently one of the most famous hot chocolate places in the city. There's always wine. Okay, once one of the groups move out, we'll try to move in and get a shot of the ice skaters. Or at least I'll put you guys up in the air. Let me know if you can see it. Hopefully you were able to see some of the ice skaters. I don't know if I was able to get you high enough. Looks like the line is a little bit too hectic on this side, so let's just go back out the other way. Hey, KD's here. What's going on? Merry Christmas Eve. We're just checking out Rockefeller Center. Kool-Aid's the perfect view. Happy to hear that. Let me try to get you one more view and we'll head out. Alright, let's go ahead and head back up. And we'll go back to 5th Avenue. Maybe we'll just go back up the stairs. I think it's going to be a little bit too crowded here. Let's head up the stairs. It's nice to see it on Christmas Eve. It really is. It's very festive here. Dizzy Lizzie, Merry Christmas. Thanks for joining us on a very late night stream. But guys, again, I mean, look at how packed Rockefeller Center is at 10:30 at night on Christmas Eve. 4086 is here. Merry Christmas to you. Optimus 17. Thanks for joining us. Okay, before we head out to Grand Central Terminal, we'll make a pit stop by Radio City Music Hall, but hopefully the internet will stay intact.
He doesn't realize. He keeps walking. You pick it up.
Hey, Gustavo says Merry Christmas from Argentina. Love Argentina. You know, in Miami, I live very close to a place called Little Buenos Aires. I'm not sure if you know that or not, but one of the largest Argentine communities in the United States is in Miami, 72nd Street in North Beach. Little Buenos Aires. It's great. I'll be there January 1st. Hey, Western Mass Dave, what's going on? I know. Dave says you're back, you're making me dizzy. You know, we've gone live on Christmas Eve every single year for the past 5 years. So I just wanted to pop on and wish everybody a Merry Christmas before I head home. So, Merry Christmas, Dave. Merry Christmas Eve, I shall say. Dave, the goal is to get into as many family photos as possible. Okay, one more shot of the Christmas tree from this angle. And since Western Mass Dave is now in the audience, I'll have to pan the camera up again at 270 Park Avenue. You know, I don't think that the camera quality does the spire of 270 Park justice, because it is beautiful, really, really beautiful. Okay, we're now going to pass the Rainbow Room, and then we'll see the Christmas tree on top of Radio City Music Hall, which, by the way, this year marks the 100th anniversary for the Radio City Rockettes. Hey, UniJ23, or UniJ22. I'm glad you're live, Tom. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. Wishing you and your family a Merry Christmas as well. I know Lee says I miss these walks. I'll try to go live more often. Maybe twice a week, once or twice a week. Maria is here. See you, Maria. So this is the main entrance if you wanted to go to the Rainbow Room or into NBC Studios, but the observation deck entrance is actually right here. So you go up this big spiral staircase here, which will bring you to the second level, which will zoom you all the way right here where you watch this unbelievable video of the history of Rockefeller Center. And that's why I like this observation deck so much, because yeah, it's nice to see the views, right? You want to see Central Park, you want to see Midtown Manhattan, you want to see the World Trade Center, I get that. But in my opinion, you also want to learn the history of John D. Rockefeller Jr. and how he went about building Rockefeller Center and why he built Rockefeller Center. So definitely check it out. Hey, Rye Guy is here. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Trinidad is here. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Thanks for joining. TK Porsche, what's up? Someone says it's sad that you didn't go into the Plaza Hotel. So I've uploaded a few videos of the lobby of the Plaza Hotel. But you're totally right. The Plaza Hotel has spectacular Christmas decorations, but you know, I'll tell you this, okay? My favorite, and I think Dave, if he's still here, Dave will probably agree, the New York Palace holiday display. They really do. And my favorite thing about that is if you go into the lobby of the New York Palace and you walk all the way to the back, past the check-in, they have a life-size model of the New York Palace, but made out of gingerbread. It's very, very cool, and they have it up every year. So check it out next time you're in New York. Also, the courtyard is quite nice. You guys are enjoying the stream tonight, feel free to leave a like on the video. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Patrice 2020, what's up? Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. There's lots of police barricades to navigate. Banger says, watching from Orilla. Merry Christmas to you. So here you can see the sign. It says 100 years of the Radio City Rockettes, 1925 to 2025. It's pretty impressive. I just love all of the Art Deco here. Orilla is located in Canada. Love that. What part of Canada is that, by the way? Because I finally went to Canada this year. I had a really good time. I went to Niagara Falls on the Canadian side, which was a really good time. And I went to the Maid of the Mist, which was one of the coolest experiences of my life, not gonna lie. The Maid of the Mist was unbelievable. Hey James, thank you so much for your very kind $20 donation. Thank you for the support. And Merry Christmas to you and your family. One of the things you'll notice about 6th Avenue, it's very touristy, let's just say that. With the blasting music, but it is what it is. No. This is a pretty good restaurant here, Avra. But James, thank you so much for your $20 Christmas gift. Appreciate you. Okay, now what do you guys think? This is one of my favorite shots in the city. We're standing right on the corner of 6th Avenue and 50th. And you can see that beautiful Christmas tree on top of Radio City Music Hall. Hey, Room C, what's going on? Happy holidays. Thanks for joining. It's been a while since we've been live. I was at the office. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Might as well pop on. It's been a great year. In terms of the markets, I mean, boy, did we have a Santa Claus rally this year. Unbelievable. Pretty much all equity indices closed at record highs or within spitting distance of record highs. And then you have gold, 4,500 bucks an ounce. Silver ripping past 72, 73 bucks. Platinum, new all-time record high, first time since 2008. Hey Frank, Tom, have you done any videos touring the Jenga building in Tribeca? You know, I have. I used to have a listing in that building. It's the address is 56 Leonard Street, and it's a pretty good building. It's a very fashionable building in Tribeca, I would say. And yeah, it should be up on the channel somewhere. I think when I take a week off in January, I need to organize the channel a little bit, because I mean there must be thousands of videos up on the channel at this point. Bangor says gold and silver pumped because of the weak US dollar. Yeah, I mean the Dixie is at 52-week lows, you're right. But I think even more than that, you know, the Federal Reserve is kind of shifting towards QE, but we'll kind of save the financial talk for maybe the next stream. Good to see you, Chris. Let's go by the News Corp building. Now, if anybody's a fan of halal food, the best halal cart is right in front of us. It's called Adele's Famous. The line is probably going to be crazy tonight. But once we go check out those red Christmas ornaments, I want to walk back to St. Patrick's, because any moment now, they're probably going to be firing up the live stream for the midnight mass. Impressed with the internet, because the internet usually is not good here. Something unique about here is if you look inside this building, it'll show you a real time lapse. But every time I go to look at it, it goes away. But this Jumbotron here will show you a time lapse of how they put up those red Christmas ornaments, which is quite cool. Hey, Marjan Worldwide, this is Merry Christmas to you. And everybody watching, wishing you the best for health and prosperity in the new year. Thank you very much for that. I wish you the same. Anybody have a big dinner or anything tonight for Christmas Eve? Hey, greetings from Paraguay. What's going on? Merry Christmas to you from Paraguay. Fascinating. Just, you know, you could flip a button on a camera and you can connect with people all over the world. Let's try to go back this way. Hey, Brett728, what's going on? Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Now. Marjan Worldwide's barbecue chicken rice and beans. Very good. try to split the gap here. All right, once we kind of move a little bit further north, we should be able to get out of all the network congestion. Hey, Bull Timothy says happy holidays from sunny and warm Queensland. Love that. Well, Merry Christmas to you guys. Yeah, Queensland, wow, beautiful. Hey, Mark STR, what's up? TD, good to see ya. LL is here, Merry Christmas. All right, how are we doing with the internet now that we've navigated a little bit further north? I know, someone's complaining about in Canada it's very cold and dark. Well, look, it's cold and dark here in New York City too, but here's what I'll say. I was kind of complaining the last couple weeks because it's usually not this cold in New York City this early on in the winter. But the good thing about New York is that, you know, and I would say really the good thing about America, the United States in general, is that we could just get on a plane and go to the tropics and stay in the same country. Now, whenever I'm down in Miami, a lot of my neighbors are Canadian, where they have, you know, pied-à-terres or snowbird places down there in Miami, but it's kind of a pain because you have to, you know, not overstay. I think it's like 90 days is the visa. So that's one thing I'm very blessed about, to be able to be not only from New York, but be from the United States. Because if it's cold in New York, you could go to LA, you can go to Miami, Florida, you go to Key West, San Diego. Hey, Mike Jones is here, watching from Indiana. What's up? Merry Christmas Eve, Mike. Joe C, Texas, Arizona too. Yeah, you're right. Queen West, it's not dark in Calgary. 320 days of sunshine. Oh, that's right. I think the same thing in Alaska, something like that as well, right? I wonder what that must be like. Angela Maria, what's up? Says hello, good evening, Merry Christmas, everybody. Tom in chat. Bill says hello from Mayfield, Australia. Wow, thousands gathered to perform Christmas carols. That's awesome. Well, Merry Christmas to you. Mike Lockhart from Oklahoma. Good to see you. Saying where they're from. Let's do that. If if you're in the audience, if you're watching the stream, let us know where you're from to see where we could get the international audience going. I always found that just fascinating about the live streams on YouTube. You could just click a button, go live, and connect with people from all over the world. It's really amazing. It's awesome. Laced mushroom from Texas. Hey, Dante Rose. Long time no see. Hopefully you and your family are well. Marty Pants is Carolina Panthers. Going to Super Bowl 60. This building you're looking at right now is the 53 West 53rd Street building. That is the John Duval building. It's considered one of those buildings on Billionaires Row, even though it's not technically on 57th Street. Santos is Southern California. Francis is Merry Christmas from Mexico City. Love that. Alan says Merry Christmas from Argentina. Calgary, Canada. Western Mass Dave. A lot of viewers from India. Good to see all of our Indian viewers. Cheers. Chase Gray says Bucks County, Pennsylvania. I see some Atlanta, Georgia. Scott Wilder. Hey, Scott. I wanted to take you guys to the Tiffany, or not the Tiffany, sorry, the Hilton flagship, because they have this interesting original taxi cab here. Hey, Black Ribbon says it's a high of 76 here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Wow, lucky you. That's beautiful weather. Hey, Danny says Manitoba, Canada. Lots of Canadian viewers. Adit says watching from New Delhi. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to everybody from New Delhi. My business travels next year might take me to Bangalore, but more on that a little later. What does this say here? It says New York's bowl game. What colleges are these, everybody? I think this college is what? Penn State? I'm not too sure about the other college there, but that one looks like Penn State. Anyway. Oh, Clemson. Oh yeah, you're right, Clemson, got it. I don't really follow football, but isn't the University of Miami in some sort of bowl game for college? Someone says hello from the Upper East Side. Good to see you. I love the Upper East Side. However, I do like Sutton Place a little bit better than the Upper East Side. Now, for those of you who are new here, I'll show you this building. This is a building that's considered to be on Billionaires Row. This is 432 Park Avenue, and it was developed by a guy named Harry Macalow. And the architect on this deal was Raphael Vinoli. Now, the reason why the building is so unique is because every single apartment in the building has these beautiful 10-foot by 10-foot bay windows.
How much? I'm talking like that, nigga. How much? Motherfucker. Alright, watch your fucking mouth, nigga. I'm talking to you respectfully, like. Watch your mouth. Fuck about that, nigga. Yeah, I don't care about that. I'm talking to you respectfully, like. Watch your mouth when you talk to me.
Excuse you, can you delete that?
No.
Alright, but why are you recording him though?
I can do whatever I want.
Why are you recording him?
Who you recording?
So why are you recording him?
It's a live stream. Chill
There
out.
ain't no need to be recording him.
I can do whatever I want.
Record.
You want to record?
Watch out. Hey!
What you talking about? Record.
Watch out.
I told you, don't record.
Watch out. Jeez. Jeez, crazy people. Don't worry, we'll get away from these nut jobs. Chill out. Well, it's always something interesting in New York. Might as well get away from this guy. Definitely never a dull moment. Oh, let me just adjust here. I think we're still live. Let me see. Hold on, I can't see the chat. I think I may need to put it on. I think I may need to put it on airplane mode. Oh no, we're live. I know, we got it back. I think it was just, I think an internet dead spot. James, good to see you. Thanks so much for your donation. Someone says that he hit me. No, he swung at me though. But I dodged it. Well, just give me a second to let me just put the camera back into place for one moment. Hey, Ginslow, it's Slow from Hell's Kitchen. Nah, it's all right. I just didn't want to get into a fight with this guy. All right, I think we're good now. I just had to adjust the camera. Yeah, I thought it'd be better just to run it out. But no, I'm all good. It did swing at me though. I ducked. Hey, what's up, Ruben? I think he was trying to rob that convenience store guy. So I wanted to get it on film just in case, you know, if the guy was getting robbed, he needed something. Anyway, you know, the funniest thing about it is I was supposed to go all the way home. I was supposed to go to Grand Central Terminal, and now we're all the way back on Billionaires Row. Anyway. Oh gosh. Hey Jeff, good to see you. You guys don't have to donate money to me, but I do appreciate it. Jeff, thank you very much for your $100 donation. You don't have to, you guys don't need to give me any money, trust me. But I appreciate the kindness. Thank you very, very much. And TD, thank you. Yeah, I mean, there's a few reasons why I stopped the live streams, but I mean, there's always going to be crazy people. It is what it is. It's not a big deal. Game changer, thank you so much. Red Pony, thanks so much for your $10. You know, you guys are having me thinking I should probably get jumped more often. Just kidding. Anyway, we'll go up to 57th Street and we'll check out the facade of Carnegie Hall, because finally the scaffolding is coming down, which is a plus. I mean, the scaffolding has been up on Carnegie Hall for almost 2 years now. But Jeff, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. I know, WC says you have a quick reflex. I saw the girl coming up to me. I thought she was gonna try to steal my cake. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm actually transporting a Christmas cake. So I was able to dodge his attack while keeping the cake intact. I mean, that's skill, guys. Come on, that's skill. Anyway, I'm just joking around. Now, this building here is one of my favorite buildings in the city. This is 157 West 57th Street, and it was developed by Extel. And the architect on this deal was Christian de Putzum Park, and he designed the building with 3 distinct blue panels of glass coming down the facade of the building, because in the summer, when the light reflects on the facade, it kind of looks like a waterfall, like a cascading effect. Shady Cooper says I should play Spider-Man. You never know, never know. I mean, that could be an audition in and of itself. This building here is the Osborne. This is the corner of 57th Street. And then you're gonna see this tremendous building here. This building is called Central Park Tower. And Central Park Tower is the tallest building on Billionaires Row, standing 1,550 feet tall. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the footage though, because I don't know if I got him on camera taking a swing at me. Because when I turned around, I kind of saw the guy winding up to go for a big right hook. And then when I saw it coming at me, I just like, boom, ducked immediately. I'll have to go and see if I got that. All right, we have the light. Let's go ahead and cross. I didn't, damn. Anyway, we'll have to go back and review the tape later. But, you know, not for nothing, the best form of self-defense, if someone's swinging at you, is actually just to run away. I mean, if you could bolt it out of there, that's the best course of action. We're gonna make this right on 58th Street. because I want to show you 220 Central Park South.
That's cool. It's like community. Yeah, that's actually really cool.
No, it's had a tea. I think there's just people are mental problems. But the biggest thing is I wanted to get that, because I know a lot of those vendor people, and especially the people that own like the bodegas and the delis, and they do get fleeced all the time. Like, they just get robbed, and there's nothing they can do about it. So if I can get it on film, and maybe if the guy wants it later, I usually just go up to them the next day and say, hey, I got the guy who robbed your store on film, and then they clip the stream, then the NYPD uses it. Now this is 220 Central Park South. This was developed by Vornado. And the architect on this deal was Robert A.M. Stern. He's one of the best architects in the city, but he unfortunately passed away on Thanksgiving this year. Now, Robert A.M. Stern also did 15 Central Park West, which is a building that's considered the limestone Jesus. It was completed during the depths of the 2008 financial crisis. Now, this smaller building that you see right here that's on Central Park South, this is also a part of 220 Central Park South, but this is considered the villas to the condos. And then this tower is 950 feet tall. I always kind of tell this story, but you can notice how Extel's Central Park Tower and Vornado's 220 Central Park South are pretty much right next to each other. So Gary Burnett had a meeting with the CEO of Vornado, and essentially they came to an agreement to say, hey, you move your tower over a little bit and I'll move mine over so that I can preserve my customers, Central Park views, and you can preserve your Midtown Manhattan views. Now, another cool piece of history here, and then we'll kind of head out. If you see this little piece of the building that's sticking out to the left, that's called a cantilever. And in order for Central Park Tower to be able to build this cantilever, they actually had to go to the Art Student League of New York and acquire their air rights. So the Art Student League of New York is right here. So they went, essentially knocked on the door and said, look, we want to have our Central Park views be even more preserved than they already are. We'll give you, I think it was to the tune of like 25 million bucks just to buy the air over the building. And that's how they were able to build this cantilever. It's pretty crazy what some of these New York City real estate developers go through to get the product that they want. Let me see what time it is. Can we get a quick time check in the chat, just because I went in my pocket to look for my phone, but I realized I'm streaming on my phone. Anyway. Hey, Western Mass Dave, thank you so much for your $10 donation. This is Tom. I know you don't drink, but yeah, towards a beverage, yeah, and chill. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it. All right, 11:26. Yeah, I gotta start heading back towards Grand Central Terminal, so we might as well do that. We have to go from 57th Street down to 42nd Street. Yeah, Patrick Connolly. Definitely have to pick up the pace a little bit. Now, the main anchor tenant of Central Park Tower is Nordstrom. This is the biggest Nordstrom, I think, in the United States. Yeah, I'm reading some of the chats about that. No, it's a very common thing in New York. I see it all the time, particularly in like inside stores, right? So what the scam is you know, two people, or mostly like a group of people, will go into a store, right? And one person will go up to buy something, and then the person who's quote unquote buying something will freak out on the cashier, right? So you overcharged me, you scammed me, what the heck, create a big commotion. And then while the distraction is going on, everybody else either ransacks the store or steals something or does something nefarious. That happens I see it all the time in the city. But anyway, this is the main entrance to Central Park Tower. Look at how crazy tall this building is. Now, Citadel is set to build an even taller building than 270 Park. It's going to be 1,350 feet tall. Let me just check my battery for a sec. Yeah, Anne says thank you for showing St. Patrick's earlier. They're about to start the midnight mass. They are. You know, I was at St. Patrick's around 6 o'clock, and there was already people lining up for the midnight mass. This is the Carnegie Hall. Looks beautiful. Elusive says midnight mass, you should go. I really want to go, but here's the thing. Most people don't know this, but midnight mass at St. Patrick's Cathedral is so popular that if you're not a patron of the church, there's a lottery system. As crazy as that sounds, the lottery opens up a year in advance. There's over 10,000 people each year that sign up for the lottery in hopes to win tickets to go to the mass. Now, St. Patrick's holds about 2,300 people. You could double check me on that. But I believe it's right around 2,300. However, they create more standing room around the altar. So the total attendance, I believe, is going to be around 2,600 people for the midnight mass. And it's by ticket only, so it's not like you can just walk in. It's wild. Hey, Black Ribbon, thank you so much for reading the newsletter. We send that out every other Thursday. Yeah, Dave says I totally believe that. The St. Patrick's Lottery. Yeah, if you go to the website, St. Patrick's website, you could sign up for the lottery. But they do have the live stream up. Starts 15 minutes before the mass. Wow, 456 is you were able to win the lottery a few years ago. So what was the process? What time did you show up to the mass? Did you show up like crazy early or what? Hey, Solo 401, what's going on? This is the main entrance to Steinway Tower. This is the skinniest residential apartment building in the world, but it's attached to the original Steinway Hall. So Steinway & Sons Piano, this is their original headquarters, right here. But wait until you see the ceiling. Look at how beautiful the ceiling is. It's Steinway. What's up, Sammy? Welcome. So we'll try to continue to walk down 57th Street, but the only thing is there's usually a big dead zone here in between 6th and 5th Avenue, but we might as well try it. We'll give it a shot. You're going to walk directly past one of my other favorite buildings in New York, which is the Crown Building. You can see the Crown Building right there with the gold top. It's like a gold and blue top. And that's because the top is copper, so it discolors. And then that big black building to the right of 432 Park Avenue, that is Trump Tower. Hey, Lorenzo, Merry Christmas to you. Mike, thanks for joining us. Merry Christmas Eve, everybody. In this office building coming up, you're going to see all of these candy canes that are stacked on the facade. And there's one of the most successful hedge funds ever that's in this building. The hedge fund is called Tiger Global. And Tiger Global, the PM, or the main portfolio manager, is a guy named Chase Coleman. Super smart guy. And Chase Coleman is what you would call a tiger cub. And the creator of hedge funds, assaulted somebody else. But the creator of hedge funds, Julian Robertson, all of the different analysts that he hired that broke off and created their own hedge funds are called the Tiger Cubs. And one of the most successful ones is in this building right here. If you've ever heard of the hotel chain Aman, oh wow, went to school with Chris Shumway. He was a Tiger Cub. Oh, cool. I don't think I've heard it. What firm does he run? Hey, Old Tape Archives. Thank you so much for your $25 donation. Appreciate your support. So this is the Crown Building, and this is the Amman, New York. This is one of the most, I think one of the most expensive hotels in New York City. But before this was a hotel, one of the most famous stock traders of all time, Jesse Livermore, used to have an office in that building, in the Crown Building. And he would also frequent the cloakroom at the Sherry Netherland, which is just up the street. Check this building right here with all the blue. This is the Tiffany flagship building. And when Tiffany was acquired by LVMH, Moet Hennessy, Bernard Arnault and his family put about $500 million into the renovation of Tiffany. And now the flagship is really nice. It's beautiful in there. There's a restaurant at the top. Since we're here, I'll show you the main Louis Vuitton trunk. Now this Louis Vuitton trunk is actually scaffolding. This is going to be the brand new Louis Vuitton headquarters. But until then, they've kind of prettied up the scaffolding and made it look like Louis Vuitton trunk. Let's try to cross the street here and finally head down to Grand Central Terminal. Hopefully we won't have any more distractions. Hey Tamara, good to see you. Parts as well, 500 million. Yeah, and here's the crazy thing. 2 days after they officially opened, after the $500 million renovation, there was a massive fire in the basement that caused so much damage that they had to close down the store again and do more renovation on it. Anyway, if you guys are enjoying the stream so far tonight, feel free to leave a like on the video and click the subscribe button if you're new. If you're interested in kind of the financial markets that we talk about sometimes, we do kind of keep most of that stuff in our newsletter. If you type !news, NEWS in the chat, the Nightbot will drop the link to our Substack. Man, Fifth Avenue looks really pretty though. Yeah, Klein says go to London. I'd really like to visit London. I really would. Hey, Robert is here. How are you, Robert? Just off to the right, you have the Peninsula Hotel. And to the left, you have the St. Regis Hotel and the Polo Bar. Careful walking around London with the rising crime. It is what it is. I still like to experience it. East 54th Street. We're making good time. We're getting closer to St. Patrick's, which is on 50th Street. Here's another look at St. Thomas Church. Tamara, thank you so much for your kindness. All this scaffolding you see to the left, this is the construction site for the Rolex offices. This is going to be a brand new office tower that's going to serve as the headquarters for Rolex watch. Look at all this traffic backing up. Perhaps the NYPD is going to divert some of the traffic away from the front of St. Patrick's Cathedral tonight. We'll see. But notice the increase in police presence. You can see two officers here hanging out by the Ferragamo.
Yo, there's another cop car, yo. Right here. Yo, there's like two.
Right on the corner of 52nd Street. This is the Cartier store. This has my favorite holiday displays. Oh, it looks like, yeah. So right here on 52nd Street, the NYPD is closing down the street. You can see how they're diverting the traffic. So there's no vehicles except New York City buses. Looks like we'll get a front row view. See what's going on at St. Patrick's. Hey Carla, thanks for joining us. I'll quickly tell you about this building. This used to be the main Versace flagship on 5th Avenue, but Versace moved and Kim Kardashian moved in. Kim Kardashian has this new company called Skims, and this is their flagship headquarters in New York. And they have a gingerbread house inside made out of plastic. Okay, here we are. St. Patrick's Cathedral, God bless. Merry Christmas. Take a look at the barricades. Obviously, with everything going on in the world, they are taking security procedures really, really seriously here. Wow, Tamara, thank you so much. Wishing you peace. All right, well, I have to get back to Grand Central Terminal, and we cannot go this way, so we'll have to make a quick detour around the block. Lots of security. You can see the mobile response units here. and the ESU, which is the Emergency Service Unit. But look at how beautiful St. Patrick's looks. Hey, what's up, Michael? Yeah, we are live outside of St. Patrick's Cathedral for the Midnight Mass. Hey, Rick. Says Merry Christmas from Shanghai. Good to see you, Rick, and wishing you and your family a very Merry Christmas as well. Now, this building is the Olympic Tower. The Olympic Tower was one of the first condo buildings in Midtown Manhattan that was really marketed solely to foreigners or foreign buyers. And a lot of non-New Yorkers don't know this, but back in the day, predominantly, a lot of these buildings were co-ops, and a lot of them still are. And a co-op, it's called a cooperative. And when you purchase in a co-op, you're not purchasing property rights, you're purchasing shares in a corporation. And in order to purchase, you have to be approved by the condo board. And back in the day, a lot of New Yorkers didn't want foreign money in the building, so they would just deny anybody who wasn't born in the United States. And it's almost like that way today. A co-op board does not need to give you a reason to deny you. So developers kind of caught on to this, and they said, hey, there's a lot of foreign money that wants to buy New York City real estate. Let's start to build condos in Midtown Manhattan that was actually considered a less desirable place to live. That's 270 Park. And here's St. Patrick's. You create your own story. It says Merry Christmas from Florida. Good to see all of our Floridians. I'll be headed to Florida in January. Now, we're cutting over to Madison Avenue here. And you're gonna see the New York Palace, or as they call it, the New York Lotte Palace. And Lotte is actually a Korean company. So this is a Korean-owned hotel, Lotte. And it has the most beautiful Christmas decorations inside. If you go inside the New York Palace and you walk all the way to the back, there's a life-size gingerbread house that is modeled after the Lotte Tower. You can see the Christmas tree from across the street. Man, the NYPD is really going all out with the security. Look at that. So this is the courtyard of the New York Palace with all the Christmas decorations. Wow, 11:51. Well, we might as well stay on till midnight so we could all ring in Christmas together. We'll do a little bit of practice for New Year's Eve. now Madison Avenue. Freeman says, did the Saks Fifth Avenue lights come on? So no, today, Christmas Eve, they don't do the light show on Christmas Eve. And a lot of tourists don't know that, so they come to the city on Christmas Eve waiting for the Saks Fifth Avenue light display, but they don't have it. They never have it on Christmas Eve. Yeah, look at all this traffic buildup, everybody. So again, they're diverting the traffic away from St. Patrick's. Yeah, you can see all the cops standing in.
Santa Claus, can I get a ride?
Wow, 7 minutes till Christmas. Christopher says Merry Christmas from Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you, Christopher. I appreciate that. Merry Christmas to you as well. Look at this monstrosity of a building, 270 Park. This is the new headquarters for JP Morgan Chase. This thing is massive. Here you can see the main JP Morgan Chase logo. Now, a cool thing about this building is in the middle of the building in the lobby, there's this tremendous flagpole. And as I walk up to the building, let me know if you guys can see the American flag waving in the breeze. I don't know if you'll be able to see it from this angle, but you guys see it? You see how the American flag is actually waving? Now, it's obviously not windy inside, but the building is so high tech that there's a sensor on the roof, and the sensor on the roof identifies which way the wind is blowing, and then the flagpole has a fan inside the top of the flagpole, and it will blow whichever way the wind is blowing. So if it's blowing south, the flag will be blowing south. If it's blowing east, the flag will be blowing east inside. It's a very, very cool feature. Hey, the LT Prod, what's up? Good to see you. They also have a lot of nice Christmas trees in here. See Merry Christmas from Bogota, Colombia. Cheers. Andreas is 823 likes from Fort Lauderdale. Hey, love that. I'll be in Miami, Sunny Isles Beach, Florida in, well, January 2nd. And my God, I can't wait until I'm there. Jeez. I need like 2 weeks to just chill in South Florida. But yeah, I'll be in Sunny Isles Beach, I'll be in Miami, and I'll be in Palm Beach. Excuse me. that. Beautiful building. Yeah, I see Hershey, Pennsylvania. How many minutes we got until Christmas? Hey, Kathleen. Good to see you. Merry Christmas to you and your family. We'll cross the street to the other side just so you can see the building in its entirety. So here you can see the Hemsley Building and the MetLife Building. Wow, 1 minute to go. I'm excited. Are you guys excited? I'm excited. Did we hit it? Let me know in the chat if we hit the big Christmas day yet. And I'll give you guys a shot of 270 Park. Just look at how beautiful the building is. Insane. I think it must be Christmas because my chat went out. Merry Christmas, everybody. All right. Beautiful Christmas view here. One Vanderbilt, Hemsley Building, MetLife Building. And this is what I wanted to show you. Look at the exoskeleton of 270 Park. But my phone is gonna die and I have to get the train. So if you guys enjoyed the stream tonight, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. And of course, Merry Christmas, everybody. Wishing you all peace, happiness, and a wonderful day. I'll try to pop on and do a live stream tomorrow. So thank you so much for joining. Merry Christmas wherever you are in the world. And signing off from New York City. Take care and Merry Christmas.